it's Sara and Maximo. He was asleep. He's not real happy about being woken up. During our live video every Tuesday, they have their poofs over here on this little couch. And Max and Rosie love to take their morning naps over there. So, hello, I'm Sara, and this is Maximo. And the reason he is here is he is modeling our Shamrock dog and cat collar. Here, I'll let him show you a little closer. There we go. And the reason I love this style is because it has the little D-rings with a tab on the back, and you can slide it right on over their existing collar. And they don't mind wearing them at all. They're comfortable. Isn't that right, little buddy? Oh. All right, I'm going to let little Maximo go over and rest while we have our live video. There you go, buddy. My pups are good sports. March is a busy month for us because Maximo and Rosie's birthday is March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. Now, we're not sure exactly when Maximo's birthday is. Rosie's birthday is actually the 16th of March. Maximo, when we got him, he was about 9 months old. And so we just sort of went back, and it was around the 17th of March. And at the time, I was getting the opportunity to babysit my niece, who back then was like 6, now is 17 this year, because her birthday is March 17th. And she said, well, let's just have all our birthdays together. And I was like, okay. So Maximo is going to be 14 and Rosie is going to be 13. So she's a year younger than Maximo, even though she's the boss. All right, so that's a little news on the pups. They're really doing great. Maximo had a little infection on the back of his neck. I don't really know what it was about. They didn't know what it was. So he got some medicine and some antibiotics and some ointments, and he is doing much better. But if you remember a few years back, he has trouble with his blood coagulating. I guess it's just thin. I don't know in dogs what that's all called. But anytime he gets a little nip or a cut or a bump, he bruises bad and he bleeds bad. So anyway, hello everybody. That's just exactly what you want to talk about today, huh? All right, now another thing, I had intended on doing a demonstration on top stitching on crochet. But with everything that happened this week, with people getting sick and snowstorms and other things, I didn't get that completed. And so we're going to do that next week. So if you're ready to do the top stitching, just set whatever you were going to do aside and we'll do it next Tuesday, okay? I could just grab something and do it with you, but what I had planned is much better. And so what we're going to do today is I'm going to announce what the March giveaway is, and I'm really excited about the yarn this time. And then I'm going to tell you about some fun yarn finds that I found at the Dollar Tree, and some other things too that I found at the Dollar Tree. I hadn't gone in a long time, so it was kind of fun going in there. And then I'll tell you what's new this week at Posh Pooch Designs. But before we do that, we need to clink in. And I'm set. I've got my cup of peppermint coffee, so clinkety clink clink clink. And if you haven't got a cup yet, I try to put the link under every live video right now, but go to Magic Mugs on Etsy and they have a listing right there that says Coffee and Crochet with Sara. You can just click on it, choose which mug, and they'll send it right out to you. Ruth, that ended up with the cup last week, she got it on Tuesday. She posted a picture. I was really happy about that. But I'm also prepared with my lemon water. I've been having some kidney issues, and one of the things that my sister and some other people have told me is drink lemon water. Sometimes I guess if you don't have a very acidic system, your body can't break up those kidney stones. And another too much FYI. So anyway, if I start to talk, you know I'm going to talk. If I start to cough, I'm prepared with my lemon water. But if not, I've got my peppermint coffee. And those are two different flavors, but they work. Alrighty, let's talk about what the March giveaway is. All right, so the March giveaway, the winner is going to receive one of our project bags, and this is the new style, Coffee and Crochet with Sara. This is a muslin bag. Someone thought they were canvas. Those were the other ones. It's a long story. We went through several types of bags, and we ended up with this. Okay, if you want to buy one, you don't want to wait for one, they're in my Etsy. You can find it in my Etsy shop. But the winner's going to receive one of these project bags, and it's a nice big bag. And I'm going to move this coffee so I don't knock it over. They're also going to receive 3 skeins of Shawl in a Ball. Look at those glittery colors. Okay, so the color is called Graceful Green, and I love that it's a green yarn because, you know, March is all about green. I'm in my green, and I am wearing matching green earrings today. All right, so each one of these, okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut the bag open. I'll seal it back up for the winner, but I want to hold one of these out here for you to see it. And this is the way Shawl in a Ball used to be packaged. And now they have Shawl in a Cake. It's the same thing. Isn't that beautiful? I want you to see inside there. It's got different shades of beiges and greens. It's beautiful. See that one color up in there? That green. And it's a long striping yarn. It also has that gold thread that's going through it. Okay, so here's the info. It's a medium weight number 4. Now, if you look at it, let me pull one of these strings out so you can see it. It is on the thinner side. I kind of think it's that thing that I call a 3.5, because there's so much wiggle room between 3 and 4 weight yarn. A light 3 to a medium 4. There's wiggle room in there. This is not, in my opinion, what I would call a regular number 4. They're calling it number 4 because it has these little fuzzy flecks, not flecks, but just fuzziness all through it, and so it can be kind of a little thicker and a little thinner at some points. That's why this is perfect for beautiful spring shawls. But I kind of call it a 3.5 because it's not a light 3, but it's not a regular medium 4 to me either. So it's kind of an in-between. All right, and so each Shawl in a Ball, let's see. Oh, sure, they put it on dark, so I can't hardly read it. Okay, it's 61% cotton, 34% acrylic, and 5% other fiber. And that other fiber is that metallic that's going through it. Okay, on each one you're getting 5.3 ounces, which is 481 yards. And there's 3 here. That's enough to make a beautiful throw, a light throw blanket for spring and summer. Oh, that would be so beautiful. All right, see if there's any other information you need to know. And of course, the name is Graceful Green. And there's 3 here. The winner will receive this bag of 3 Shawl in a Ball skeins of yarn and the Coffee and Crochet with Sara project bag. Now, how do you enter, right? It's super simple. Anyone who comments on this live video on Facebook and anyone who comments on the YouTube video, once I send it over there, you're entered. It's that simple. You don't have to email me. I get people every week that send me messages or email me and say, I need to be entered. And I tell them, just go comment, because it's really important that you comment. And the reason is it's more important to comment on the video than send me an email or a message. Because what I do is I take all those names from the Facebook comment and all those names from the YouTube comment, we throw them in the random generator, and it generates up and gives me a name. I check to make sure that person hasn't won before, and then they're the winner. So it won't get you in any extra by sending me a message Or one person went through a whole bunch of my pictures and said, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. And that's fun. I don't mind, you know, but it's just not going to get you any more entries. Okay. Your name gets put in just the one time as long as you comment on one or the other. You don't have to comment on both, but you can if you want to. I love comments. I love to hear your comments. All right. So that is the March giveaway. I'm very excited about it. That's a beautiful yarn. I've not used that color, but as I was looking at all those shades of greens and beiges, it just made me think of like a meadow, like up here in the Rocky Mountains in the spring when everything turns green and it's all different shades of green. And there's a little bit of beige because there's a little bit of dead wood that's coming back to life, you know, the evergreens and things. So that's just super pretty. Did I forget to tell you that today is National Craft Month? Not today, March. I thought I said that, but I can't remember. The reason I'm mentioning that is because during the month of March, of course, it's National Craft Month. A lot of the craft stores have good sales. And so be looking for sales from like Hirschner's and Mary Maxim. Be looking for sales like at Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby. Now, Hobby Lobby has their yarn 30% off this week. And they do that about every other week. And I think some months where there's where there's 5 months, they only do 2 that month. So keep that in mind too when you're looking for sales. Okay, so I just want to mention that. It's a great month to look for sales. It's always great to look for sales, right? And I love a great bargain. Speaking of that, I want to tell you about my Dollar Tree finds. I hadn't been to Dollar Tree in a really long time. The last time I was there, they didn't have any of the crochet hooks or any of the yarns in any kind at all, except for some, I think it was called Rigoletto. And I have used that. It's a lot of fun. You can make some big fluffy scarves, but that wasn't really what I was looking for. And that was quite a ways ago. And so I hadn't been there in a really long time. And I like to buy the inexpensive candles there that are, you know, about yay big around, about yay high. And I like to put them in my fireplace and light them. It's just something I like to do. We don't have a gas fireplace. It's all where you have to, you know, do the wood and you have to light the wood, and it's not hard. It's just, you know, annoying. So anywho, I like to have that lit up a little bit. And so I like to put some candles in there. So I thought, well, I'm going to go to Dollar Tree, see if they have any candles. Now you have to be careful buying candles at Dollar Tree because some of them will burn like whoop and they're gone. You know, so if you want a long burning candle, you got to really make sure it's a nice dense candle. Anywho, I thought, well, I ran out, did some errands. I'll swing by Dollar Tree and see if they have. They didn't have any of the crochet hooks or any of that sort of stuff, but they had a bunch of yarn. Okay. And they also had some puzzles. I was so excited when I found this puzzle. I'll have to show this to you. Now, dollar store puzzles are not like high quality, but they're still fun. And I found this puzzle. Isn't that cute? It's a 300-piece puzzle. This is one I can do with my granddaughter because we like to do puzzles. The thing about doing puzzles is it gives you time to think and to chat. Okay, so let me move this down. I thought I saw a question. But anyway, the dollar store here in Parker really gets picked over a lot. I don't know why. I've been to other dollar stores. I'll go up into Aurora or into Denver, and the dollar stores are packed with stuff. But the one down here in Parker, we live south of Denver in a city called Parker. We live outside the city limits, but I go into Parker to shop. And it just gets picked over. I can never find any really good things there that I'm looking for. I did find some nail polish that's real pretty. I went to use it and it was hard. So you just have to be careful. But I love this puzzle, and I think it's going to be fun for me and my granddaughter to do because we love to sit and do puzzles and chat. And I end up finding things out about her that she doesn't tell other people that are secrets, like her new favorite color is blue now, where it used to be like purple and then pink, and then she likes blue now because that's her daddy's favorite color. So it's kind of fun to learn those kind of things, and it gives you time to just chat. So go check out their puzzles. I want to show you though, you know, the pieces are like regular puzzle pieces. They're not real thin, but they're not real thick either. So we'll give it a try. I was so disappointed. Remember I showed you that puzzle that I got that was called Crochet Kittens? I got it from Walmart. Well, it's missing a piece. I have searched all over my dining room. I cannot find a piece, and it's right in the middle of one of those crochet kittens. So my daughter-in-law came by last night. My granddaughter got her ears pierced. She's 8. She was very excited, and she got her ears pierced. And she came by, and I was telling my daughter-in-law that my puzzle had a missing piece, and she said, "Don't take it back to Walmart. They won't let you exchange it." She said, "But if you contact the company, I bet they will." So I'm going to try that and see if that works. All right. The other thing I found at Dollar Tree, of course, was yarn. And I'm going to click over here so you can see what yarns I got. Now, let me move my filter thing here. They had a whole bunch of the acrylic. I mean, a pallet full. And they were really, in my opinion, priced really well because they're all $1. And they had 3 ounces on the ones that I saw. And then they had some smaller ones also. This is all cotton, and then this is the thing that made me really happy, is this Just Chanel. If you want to make more of those velvet scrunchies, you could buy these in several different colors. They had pink, white, blue, yellow, and I want to say mint green. Baby colors, basically. But you can make some really pretty things with this. It has 65 yards, which is basically 1.7 ounces. It's a bulky 6, but in my opinion, it's more like a 5. It's not near as thick. And it is Premier yarn. Premier yarn is excellent yarn, okay? And so I just got the one pink one. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. But I think this is great. Scrunchies are really, really in. And one thing I wanted to tell you, when you're making scrunchies, you know, we did them with hairbands. But a lot of the young girls now, especially the middle schoolers and elementary girls, they like to put them on their wrists, and those hairbands are too tight. You can get, I think it's 1/4 thick elastic, and you can cut them and tie them in knots. Now you can also stitch them so they don't come undone with the needle and thread, and make them just a little bit bigger than a hairband, and make the scrunchies the same. Now you'll have to add more stitches, of course, but then they won't be so tight on their wrists. I don't know what it is about putting them on their wrists, but they love to wear them on their wrists. And I think that's a really great deal for $1. You're getting 65 yards or 1.7 ounces. Great deal. All right, so I didn't buy any of the acrylic, like I said, but I did buy these cotton ones. And I just bought one in several of the different colors. This purple one is a variegated. It's got purple and blues and pinks in it. We've got cranberry and gray. This is red and green, and this is orange and black. I have some of these that come in these wrappers like this. Premier Home, 131 yards, 2.6 ounces with this wrapper. These have a different wrapper. It's still Premier yarn, but these have 2 ounces, so there's a little bit more yarn on these. And I'm pointing this out because I bought some like this because I like this brand. It's 85% cotton, 15% polyester. And these are the same, 85, 15. And I like this for washcloths. I like that it has that little bit of polyester in there. And you can use this for hot pads as well. But I think I paid, I want to say $1.99 for one like this. I did get this one at the Dollar Tree also with this label on it. But I wanted to point that out because these are really a good deal. Here's a green and white one. Wouldn't that be fun for St. Patrick's Day or spring? And then all these other colors, okay? I haven't worked with them yet, but I'm going to tell you, they feel a little bit softer than Peaches and Cream, but not quite as soft as I Love This Cotton from Hobby Lobby. So it's kind of an in-between. And they're all medium 4. This brand, they're still Premier, but the Just Cotton, they have 2.1 ounces on each one. And so this will make a lot of really nice washcloths. And so I went ahead and picked those up. Now they do have the acrylic, but I did not pick up any of the acrylic ones. Let me move that filter back over there. I've got a cardboard filter that filters the light down, and I have to tape it on, and it gets in the way. That's why I had to move that. But anyway, I did see they had 2 kinds of Premier acrylic. One of them was one, I think it said 2.2 ounces on it, but I'm not certain. So some of you bought those, you'll know. But they also had some that were called flowers. But the box was empty. And so I went online to see what they were. And they're really cool. It's like a pastel, but it's got these little flecks of different colors. And when you stitch with it, it looks like a flower garden. So I'm going to swing back by there in a couple of days, see if they get some more in. I talked to the lady there, and she said the yarn is just flying out of there. And they had a pallet that they were unloading more of that acrylic yarn and more of the cotton at my Parker Dollar Tree. So the key to when you going to Dollar Tree is you have to really watch. You have to look at ingredients. You have to look at, is this the same as this? They're both Premier. Well, I just threw that one. They're both Premier cotton. One of them has more on it than the other. The colors, and these are really bright, vibrant colors. And the yellow one is a little bit of a pastel, and I really like it because, I like yellow. So, and I've got some plans with some of these that I want to do, with some of our Stitch of the Month and things like that. And so just look it over, read it over, and read your yarn labels. Make sure you're getting what you want. One lady told me that she didn't think that the Premier yarn was quality yarn, and it really is. And it's okay if you don't think so. Everyone has their opinion. If you're used to using a certain kind of yarn, might feel different to you. Like I said, it's like, to me, it's an in-between. It's not as rough as like a peaches and cream or a sugar and cream, but it's not as soft as like the I Love This Cotton from Hobby Lobby. So it's kind of an in-between. So even though the label may be different, it is still a Premier yarn. Can't see it from my light. But anyway, I was really pleased with that. And if some of you have gotten some of that flowers yarn, I'm kind of interested to see how it looks. This is Dollar Tree, not the dollar store. Someone one time said, I went to the Family Dollar. I went to the Family Dollar. They didn't have any yarn at all. I don't know what you're talking about. And so we don't have a Family Dollar up here, but I know a lot of people like to go there. And so I don't know if they have yarn or not. Another place that I have found some really good deals on yarn is it's called Tuesday Morning. And it's kind of like a Home Goods, or it's just a smaller version. It doesn't have any like clothing or anything like that in there. It has toys. It has a whole craft aisle. Mine has like an aisle and a half, and they do have yarn and knitting and crochet supplies. And so sometimes what they do is they buy closeout stuff, and you can get a little bit cheaper. And so that's another place you can look if you're looking for a good bargain. But just beware. It is March Craft Month. It's National Craft Month. And so all these places are going to have some good sales going on. All right? Okay, now, what happened this week at Posh Pooch Design? Well, one of the things that happened is, let me go this way. Here we go. Is our lace wrap shawl. And I wrote the pattern probably back in 2012 maybe. And I used that gold yarn, and it was beautiful. It's called Glamour. I think it was Havana's Choice yarn. It was called Glamour. And it was a beautiful yarn. I made it in gold because we were going on an Alaskan cruise, and I wanted to wear my black formal, and it was sleeveless, and I wanted to have a shawl, and the gold was beautiful. And I think I lost it on that cruise because I never saw it again after that night. Who knows what happened? But anyway, I wanted to remake it, and I couldn't find any of that same yarn. And so the Mandala is a light 3, which was the same. And so it worked out beautifully. This one that I used has a little bit of glitter in it. Let me put you over there so you can get a closer look. It has a little bit of glitter in it. And it's not what you would say like vibrant rainbow colors. It's more muted. And it has a little bit of brown and gray in it, which I think gives it a little bit of classiness. And I really love it. It's fun to wear. And it's a perfectly lightweight wrap shawl to have around. You can like put it around your neck and just have it there. You can put it down on your shoulders. You can wear it up on your shoulders like I have it on my model there, my headless model. So, and it's a really great, easy pattern. If you got, it takes 2 of the Mandela, or Mandela, however you want to say them, cakes. Okay? So if you've got 2, you don't know what to do with them, and it doesn't have to be sparkle, and you can use any medium or light number 3 yarn to make this. And if you got some hanging out, give you something to make with it. It makes a great gift. It's also a wonderful Mother's Day gift. All right, now the other thing we did was the little collar that Maximo was wearing at the beginning of the video. I'd grab him again, but he is snoring. I'm surprised you can't hear him. Can you hear him? He is snoring. He's so funny. He snores so loud. I tell my husband he snores like an old grandpa, but I mean he's 14, so 7 times 14 makes him pretty old, right? So he is an old grandpa. And that's the little Shamrock collar. We make the collar. I love this collar, and like I was saying at the beginning of the video, we make it with D-rings on one end and a tab on the other. That way you can adjust it. And of course the pattern does have 3 sizes included, but you can make it bigger or smaller, and you can even make your tab longer if you want to, just to make it adjustable for about any size dog or cat or pet. I mean, my next door neighbor has goats, and they would probably make these for their goats. I love those goats. I love seeing them. They're miniature goats, and they just jump and prance. And she takes pictures of them where it gets up inside their swing set. They have one of those wooden swing sets, and they crawl up there, and they're up in the top, and it's just funny. Love goats. I wish I could have goats. Anyway, that's one of the videos that we did. I did this pattern in a video probably 4 years ago, and I wanted to update it with all the extra sizes and stuff like that. Okay, then yesterday we did another video that we updated, which is my Lucky Shamrock hat. Now they're both wearing them over here. The one is blue. It actually is blue, red. The under is tucked under. And yellow, that's our Colorado flag colors. And then the other one is the darker colors. It's kind of a dark sage and a medium sage. But I want to do this one in bright colors because this one's for me. I was going to wear it today. But I have to go shopping this afternoon, and it's going to be 65 degrees. I didn't think I needed to wear a heavy hat, but I love this. I love how the texture in the center is. And the neat thing about this is that it's not a applique. You stitch it right into the hat. And yes, it was pointed out to me that a 4-leaf clover is not a shamrock. A shamrock has 3. But when I named this hat, I didn't think I wanted the name to be My Lucky 4-Leaf Clover Beanie because it would just be too long. So I just called it the Lucky Shamrock hat. Either way, it's a lucky hat. And this is, it measures about 22 inches, but you know, these hats are super stretchy. And so if you have a 24, 26 inch head, you're probably gonna have no problem wearing this hat. And it is a little bit longer. It's not exactly a slouchy hat, but it is just a little bit longer. So you got a little more room in there, especially if you're like me and you like to wear, you know, like a clip up in your hair, because I cannot stand my hair in my face. I'm always like, I just wear my hair down today. And then by 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's whipped up on top of my head because I just can't stand my hair on my face. Alrighty, that's everything that we did this week. And I'm sorry about not being able to do the top stitching this week. So what we're going to do is, oh, by the way, for the giveaway, you do have, oh, I just saw someone say they have the flowers. I bought a lot of them. I have not decided what to do with them yet. Okay, that's Diana. She said she bought some. Well, let me know what you do with them. I looked it up, and one person just made a cowl, and it was beautiful. I'd never seen anything like it before because it looked like a pastel filled with wildflowers through it. It's so pretty. If they have some at my Dollar Tree, I'm gonna get some. Okay, I was checking to see if there are any other questions. Let's see. It looks like we're good. Judy says, I bought the acrylic and I like it. That's good to know. And I mean, Premier Yarn is good yarn. And one of the things is we have got to be frugal if we're going to continue in our craft. And someone said to me the other day online, why do you continue to bother with crochet? Nobody's crocheting anymore. And I said, well, then you just called me nobody. Because we love crochet. And crochet is not a dying art. And it's important, and it's up to us to keep the excitement of crochet and yarn crafts out there. Okay? And so find your bargains and pass the word along that crochet is not a dead art. Okay, so a real quick talk about next week, next Tuesday. Oh, and don't forget, you have 2 weeks to enter the giveaway. 2 weeks from today, I will announce the winner. Okay, then the other thing, next week we are going to do the top stitching. We didn't get to today. And we're going to do that next week. And all you need to do that is like say, and you know, here, let me show you what I've got sitting here. You can grab a coaster you've already made. There's some yarn. Or an applique that you've already made, or just a basic round scrubby or something, and have that ready, and then some extra yarn, and then your crochet hook, you know, like an H or something, which is a 5mm. Have those ready along with a yarn needle, and then I will show you how to do some top stitching. It's super duper easy, and I think sometimes, not to put down other designers, but they try to make it too hard. And my goal in my videos and what I try to show you is to do it the easiest way possible so that you will enjoy it. If it's too complicated and too hard, it's frustrating. It's just like I was talking about some of the old patterns, crochet patterns. They make it way too complicated in what they're doing, you know, and if they would just make it a little bit easier, I think more people would love it like I do. Because like I said, nobody wants to be frustrated in their craft, right? We want to do it. My mother always said, work harder. No, that's backwards. Work smarter, not harder, and you'll enjoy what you're doing. And I believe that. We want to work smarter, do things easier, but we also want to be neat and tidy. And so there has to be a balance there. Anywho, I started talking about something else. But anyway, next week we're going to do our top stitching. And then I also have some yarn that's going to be coming in that we're going to talk about next week as well. There's a lot of really fun new yarn out there, and I'm very excited. I also have a Mary Maxim box coming in that we're going to do a unboxing. So I'm really excited about that as well. I ordered some things. My niece, she's my sister's son's wife. He and his wife just had twin baby girls, and I'm real excited about that. And I've got some ideas of something I want to make for them, and that I ordered from Mary Maxim. So that's going to be fun. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I just want to remind you to be frugal, hit your Dollar Tree, and use your coupons. Alrighty, well, thank you for being a part of my Posh Pooch Designs video today. I'm clinking out. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.